artists throughout generations, we are the storytellers. We're the ones who create new images that create new narratives, whether it's a MetaMask man, whether it's a crypto sheikh. We're introducing things like VR, AR. These are new ways of how tech is going to change not just the art world, but all aspects of society. Hi, my name's Amrita Sethi, and I'm the first NFT artist in the UAE and the creator of my own art genre called SoundBYTEs.
Dubai.
NFTs opened up a world of digitalization and made tech a tool brush. And it opened up a digital aspect which allowed me to take my art from a 2D flat experience to a more immersive 3D, even augmented reality and virtual reality. So then all of a sudden, that art burst to life and actually fundamentally changing the way we're going to experience art in the future. So a lot of people think that NFTs are just about, PFPs or monkeys and unicorns. But actually what they are is they're liberating artists from a real 2D experience. I use still the physical artwork as the base because people still want to have a physical artwork with a digital experience as a bridge to going from the Web2 world to the Web3 world. So you'll see whether it's a physical artwork, whether it's a mural, and I've painted a couple of murals around the city, whether it's a sculpture, people want to still see something physical that is familiar to them, then layer on with a digital experience that allows them to start to understand how tech is going to change art. And then through that, they're able to kind of go inward, understand themselves that this is actually a change in the way I need to see the world. Because what Web3 is doing is fundamentally changing the way society is organized. In my previous lifetime, I used to be a banker. And if we look back in the day is that women were slow to come to the table. But now women have a strong seat at the table in the financial world. But it took many years and decades to get there. Let's learn from that. Tech is a wonderful thing because it democratizes and provides an equal opportunity. You have a mobile phone in your hand. You are subject to the same information now as everybody else. If women don't come to the table, then what happens, and what we're already seeing a little bit of, is that you have a lot of male-led Web3 communities that unfortunately have this very bro culture. And my vision for the future is to have a more equal environment within the Web3 space. I'm proud of women leading the conversation, but I do think that if women have something to say, that the men should also be there to listen to it and not just have a female-only event, as a side breakfast. They should be up on the main stage, given the same kind of importance as you would do any other of the bigger keynote speakers. That's still the change I think that's required within this Web3 community.
I've created like a floating crystal where you can go into the metaverse in VR, where when you come into it, like this dome comes down and you can see this floating crystal and it's just breathing in and out. And the idea is that you kind of...
With new tech, there's always going to be the journey of regulation. And for me, regulation is extremely important because effectively what regulation does is it puts the customer first. It doesn't put the tech first. Safety to women is extremely important, especially when it comes to being in a space and interacting with people. Because even though you're looking at an avatar of yourself, your brain doesn't understand the difference between sometimes you and that avatar, because that is now you, and especially if it looks like you. So for example, I was speaking in the metaverse at the World Economic Forum in Davos. And as I was speaking, obviously my avatar was presenting in the metaverse, there was a gentleman, an avatar guy who was coming around. And while I was speaking, he was running around me clapping. Even though I was sitting in my chair, my brain was being very distracted by how he was interacting. And eventually, the moderator or the person who was organizing the main tech literally just had to cut him out and literally just kick him out of the room. I do think that we still have a long, long time to go between where we are today, getting people to use the platform, understanding where the safety pits are, and then understanding how can we create regulated tech that can do it on a mass level. Because it's in that instant, yes, the moderator could just kick him out, but how do we do it on a mass level? We're building the technology while doing surgery on it at the same time. It'll be very interesting to see where the regulation will go on it.